Hey, hi everybody. I welcome to another video on my channel, Ujjwal Discussion. And I really appreciate your presence here. How is your English going on? How is your spoken English learning going on? Please let me know in the comment section. Today, I'm back with another spoken English reminder video, and it's Wednesday. And every Wednesday, I will try to bring spoken English reminder video for you. I will remind you, I will knock you, I will nudge you, and I will ask you to speak English. Because if you don't practice English every day, then you cannot become a fluent speaker, right? You know that. But lethargy comes, laziness comes, so many things comes, and for that reason we don't feel like practicing. And I'm your host, I'm your trainer, is here today, and I'll tell you what things you should do every day so that you can speak English fluently and effortlessly. If you are a regular member of my channel, then you know that my favorite practice is listening. When I listen to English videos, like any kind of English videos, I get a lot of information and it gives me a lot of courage, and sometimes I get a lot of motivation to speak English, because motivation is really important. You know, when I'm shooting this video, it's 5:45 in the morning, right? So like as soon as I woke up, I decided to shoot a video. Like, do you realize like how difficult it is for somebody, no matter who you are? I am a spoken English trainer, but it's very difficult for me to just get started with a self-dual conversation like this. So you need motivation, and when you take actions, action leads to motivation. You don't need any external motivation. You just have to start. And practice listening is that start. Like, you are listening to somebody who is speaking the same language that you want to be fluent in, then just realize how important listening is. So when you listen to the enthusiastic, energetic speakers on YouTube or any other platform, you feel like speaking like them. So that's the first step. Listening. Guys, when you are listening to any kind of English content, you find one thing. You see that your attention span is very short, right? That's why, let's say you have started watching a 2 hours long podcast, but you suddenly stop after watching like 20 minutes. And that's the dangerous part here. You need to look at your attention span. How long can you listen to a podcast? Like, how long? Just monitor that, because this is really important, guys. If you listen to a video for, let's say, 5 minutes or 10 minutes, it's not going to work, because you need 5 to 10 minutes to get started, really get started, right? So it's very important that you increase your attention span every day. And if your attention span is okay, like every 15 minutes I need a break, take a break and get back to it, right? Finish that podcast and jot down all the important points that you have learned from the podcast, the words, the sentences, the other things, and they will help you a lot when you are going to have a future conversation. You understand what I mean? And if you find difficulty getting the English podcast, then I have a good recommendation for you. I have made quite a few videos with my students, and I will tag that podcast playlist in the description. So check that out, okay? So listening was our first point. So now let's talk about the second point. And the second point is reading. And when it comes to reading, a lot of people say, oh, it's not my cup of tea. I've never read any fiction novels. I've never read any other books apart from my textbooks or academic books. If you are one of them, then I would like to let you know that it's easier to read other books like fiction novels or short stories than reading your academic books, because academic books are mostly dry. They do not contain any entertainment. But when you read a storybook, then you find it so interesting, right? You get going, right? You feel like reading more. So reading storybook is fun. It gives you entertainment, first-hand entertainment. And second thing is that it improves your English, right? So what more you need, right? So reading has a lot of benefits. And here I would like to recommend a book. So now I'm holding a book called The Present, and it is written by Spencer Johnson. It is 100 pages book, and I can tell you that this particular book can teach you a lot of sentence structure, sentence ideas, and it will give you a lot of words that you might apply in your conversation. And this book is a very small read. It talks about basically how you should be always in present in order to enjoy your life, because most of the time we lose ourselves in the past, or we find ourselves worrying about future, and that is not the right way of living life. So this book is going to teach you a lot of life lessons, and at the same time it is going to improve your English. So you can start from this book, is Spencer Johnson's The Present. I'll tag its link, Amazon link, from where you can buy this book. So guys, hope you have understood that reading is really important. So start today. After listening and reading, the most important thing that you have to do, you have to make your own dictionary. So now you are probably thinking, what? Like, how can I write a dictionary? I don't know much English. I don't know how to speak. I don't know how to write. You are asking me to write a dictionary? Yes, I'm asking you to write a dictionary. And it's very easy to write a dictionary, you know. You just have to collect 2 words every day. When you are listening to English videos or you are reading any English content, you bump into a lot of unknown words. And what will you do with those words? Will you avoid them because they are unknown to you? Will you get frustrated because they are unknown to you? No. You have to write them down in your notebook, right? So you have to have this fat notebook, and you need to make entries of those words that you find interesting and unknown, because these words are going to play the crucial role in your spoken English when you will be speaking English in future. So write 2 words a day. And you might say, sir, I get a lot of words when I read books or newspaper. So what can I do? Should I make the entry of only 2 words? Yes, because if you write down all the words that you find unknown, then it will be difficult for you to digest, right? If you start learning 2 words every day, and after that you find that you are very strong, now learning more than 2 words gets easier for you. And learning new words and applying them in your conversation makes you feel good, and it kind of adds entertainment to your English learning journey. So you don't find spoken English learning boring any longer, right? So learning new words has a lot of advantages. So learning 2 words is necessary. Don't forget it. So now let's move on to the next point, and which is speak English every day. You can see this point on your screen. So write this point down in your notebook, and you have to remind yourself every day that speaking English every day is necessary. You have listened to English videos, read a book, and jotted down unknown words. Now your job is to put all these materials into practice. Otherwise, there is no point of listening to English videos, reading books, and jotting down words. Do you understand what I mean? So it is very important that you practice those things that you have just learned, that you have learned, right? What will you do with those material if you don't speak? So speaking is very important. Now, most of you complain that, sir, I don't have anybody to speak English with. How can I speak English alone? I have made bunch of videos on that, and you will find them in the description. My students explained how they practice their spoken English at home alone, and I think they are the right people to talk about this topic, how to speak English alone, because they do that, right? They are the English learners, they are the English practitioners. So you have to listen to a practitioner. Although I am doing this video alone, right? I'm talking to you like through camera. Now I don't have anybody in front of me, only my mobile phone, my camera, and I'm just talking to it, right? So it is kind of a self-dual alone practice, right? So you have to do it. You have to practice English every day like this. You understand what I mean? So don't just make an excuse, sir, I don't have anybody, how can I start a practice with? Okay, you have to do it, because the reality is you are not going to get anybody. You are not going to get anybody. So will you be giving excuses all your life and putting off your spoken English practice for some time in future? You can't do that. You can't afford it, because you have to learn it as soon as possible to avail all the opportunities available in the world. So you have to speak English every day. Watch all the videos that I have made on how to speak English every day. Don't forget that. So guys, now let's talk about point number 5, which is maintain consistency. It is very important. If you, let's say, listen to English videos every day, read books, jot down 2 words every day and speak English, okay, you do these things, do these 4 things very well. But if you are not doing them regularly, there is no point of just doing them occasionally. So guys, consistency is really important. You have to do them every day. I have made a bunch of videos on consistency, how you should be doing your spoken English practice every day, and then it benefits you. Otherwise, if you do it occasionally, it's not going to help you at all. Now, I know some people are very busy. They have some other academic pressure, and that's why they say, sir, I didn't get time today, so I couldn't practice. I'm telling you, you have at least 5 minutes to say something in English, or at least 5 minutes to read anything in English, at least 5 minutes to listen to a video in English, at least 5 minutes to write down 2 words. You can do that, right? If you just manage 20 to 25 minutes, then you can cover all the 5 points that I've shared in this video. Guys, maintaining consistency is not a very big deal, but our problem is that we already think that I don't have enough time, I can't practice, and that's why we are never able to take that first step. Here guys, I want to share one beautiful line from this book, Getting Things Done. This is one of the greatest books on productivity, personal productivity. So this book teaches me the beginning is the half of every action, right? You have to just begin, and let's see what it takes you. All right, so guys, these 5 points, they're very important. You have to remember. The first point is listening, second one is reading books, third one is learn 2 words every day, and fourth one is speak English every day, and maintaining consistency is the 5th point that you should not forget. So guys, you have to remember these 5 points: listening, reading, learning 2 words every day, speaking English every day, and maintaining the consistency. These 5 points are very, very crucial if you want to be a fluent speaker. If you find this video useful, make sure you hit the like button, be the member of my channel, permanent member of my channel. Just click the subscribe button, all right? And you have to let us know what kind of videos you want me to upload on my channel. Until next time, you keep practicing and don't forget these 5 points.